It's week 16 of the 2029 season, and we've got the Vikings leader at quarterback. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Vikings and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, I know you're excited about this one. That's because it's shaping up to be a pass-heavy showcase for these QBs.
Kate, keep your eyes on the skies, because that's where the offense and the fireworks are going to come from. We've heard from their teammates and coaches about the trust they have in these quarterbacks on the field to really steer these offenses. In a quarterback-driven league, that trust is essential to compete week in and week out. We should have a
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Minneapolis. Here's Carter on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young in Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Second down now, 7 to go. Play action now, Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. Out of the gun, Young. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he'll haul in this punt. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the pilot of this offense, their rookie quarterback from Michigan.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now looking to throw. Cut out left. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. They'll get this drive started. They'll start this one out with Hall. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Young working from the gun. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up fourth down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Vikings send a running back, W16, getting back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They'll come out throwing. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one doesn't make it beyond the line. So second down coming up. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's on the move. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Opening carry for W16. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Pass play on first and goal. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Minnesota. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Evans now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Ravens and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And no one has been better than him at finding the end zone through the air all year. He's leading this league in passing touchdowns late in our season. They start to drive the ball. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later. I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered.
On third down, it's Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Finding Flowers. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Rush coming for Young. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Young on 1st and 10. He locates Adonai Mitchell. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Sticking to the air, it's Young. He completes it in traffic. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 17. The throw is caught. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, they'll look for him.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And this truly has been an excellent campaign for him, sitting among the NFL's top 5 in receiving yards. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Throwing once again on 2nd and 10. Fort trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there, 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Ravens will go on offense. To the air on first down. Young. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Young looking to throw. Completed to Flowers. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. They motion the tight end over. On the counter, Hall. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Devon Holland there to make the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 21. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. I'll try to run for it with Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on the 3rd and 1 run.
Now a field goal try coming up by the Ravens. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Starting from the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a throw. Short pass brought in. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Play action on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. And the Ravens go in nickel, 3rd down. Back to throw now. Escapes, and they get to him way behind the line on this this one and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to...
I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Catch made by Mitchell. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Out of the gun, Young. Into the hands of Pitts. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And they bring him down around the 34. That one gains 7. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
A 9-yard rip on the ground there, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Ravens working here. 2nd and 1. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the red zone now. Able to hit Hall, complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Young working from the gun. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Throwing now from the gun. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. To the air, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Their punter making his way out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Finds his target Hall. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds the in route complete. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40.
I love throwing on 1st down, and when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here comes the final play of our 1st half. Throwing it just before halftime. A massive shot towards the end zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where 5 quarters couldn't decide a winner. This one ends in a tie. From there, let's head off and check out a 2nd game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Drake May, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the 2nd half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out come the Vikings for the debut possession of our 2nd half. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Tight end motioning right. They run the counter to HN. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. It's a gain of 5, but they're still well behind the sticks. 3rd down coming up. They'll try and throw it here. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it inside the The Vikings cut into the lead coming out of halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find paydirt.
Right down the middle. And the Vikings cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's Carter on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. First and 10. Young on the play action. Brought in right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Looking to throw, Young. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Young throwing here. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Sticking to the air, it's Young. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Hall running between the tackles. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Play action now, Young. He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. It contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And now it's 3rd and short. Setting up a throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Chan, a first down carry. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. He'll throw it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Gets it to him on the screen. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness that's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Hauled in left side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for Ravens. It's Hall on the carry. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Into the hands of Pitts. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Motioning the tight end now. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. They'll come up 1st and 10. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run, and pretty sound stop there defensively.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Third down, 1 yard to go. A-Chain again. And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. Stopped for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
So out now comes the punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Finding Flowers. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, or it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And the throw here on 3rd. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so is the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And this is a worm burner. He did not hit that one well. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. Play action on 1st down. Gets himself free. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on 2nd down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the set. Completed over the middle. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Buys time, rolling right. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. From the gun, it's Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively. Out
of the gun, Young. Completed to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. They run. Here's Hall. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. From the pistol, it's Young. Pitts brings it in. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first. All right, here we go. Second down. Young on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
To the air on first down, Young. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. He's back to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at fourth and long. This is biggest moment of the game so far. An important field goal try here. This a 39-yarder. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. They go play action on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings down by a touchdown. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So they're left facing third and long. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. Here he is to throw. Achan reels it in. And this one does not go far. Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. Short pass brought in. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. Third down coming up. Here he is to throw. That one's incomplete over the middle.
You know, third and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Across midfield to the 45. Along the right sideline, there's space. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
You spend all week on 2-point plays trying to get to your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here's Jones. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. They left him wide open. It's complete. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
Trying to find his tight end. And that brings up 4th and long.
Get some momentum, hero!
Now to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. The Ravens in victory formation and content to just knee this one out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they carried some of that winning football from last game into this contest. Now a modest little win streak blossoming for them, Brock. They've got 2 in a row as they get out of here with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Ravens are your winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.